While planning for different groups, the teachers need to keep in mind that clear instructions play a major role for making the students work on different levels. Clear instructions for each group must be given by the teacher in the beginning of the activity. The students would only be able to participate fully if they understand what they are supposed to do. An ambiguity on the part of the students when they do not know what they are supposed to do would lead into wastage of time and energy, and also would demotivate the students, because the students might assume that they are not capable of doing such an activity and they need to work on that. So they would be probably upset about the fact that they are unable to do. The teachers must take the responsibility of making the instructions very clear. It is also a good practice to write the instructions on the board or on the worksheet which is given to the students. These worksheets should have a clear understanding that the students should read the instructions before they start the activity. That means the teacher needs to give them time to read the instructions. So when she gives them the worksheets with the instructions, she should tell the students they have 5 minutes to read the instructions, and in case of any question, the students should talk to the teacher and get it explained by the teacher if they have any confusion. Sometimes the instructions which are written on the board cannot be seen by most of the students if they have a problem of vision. The teacher needs to keep in mind that all students can read from the board. If there is any student with difficulty of vision, the teacher needs to know about that and then work accordingly and facilitate the student so that he is not deprived of seeing the instructions on the board. It is also a good practice that those who have a vision problem, the teacher provides them written instructions on a piece of paper. If she is not doing it for the rest of the class, at least she can do that for those who really need help in vision. Sometimes the instructions written on the board are not very clear. So the teacher needs to read the instructions and then every time ask the students whether they do understand the instructions or not. It has been noticed that the majority of the students cannot fully complete their work because they do not understand the instructions given by the teacher. Therefore, it is a big responsibility for the teacher to make the instructions as clear as possible. In case these instructions carry any confusion, the teacher needs to remove the confusion by either modifying the instructions or by orally informing the students how the questions or the activities need to be done. Sometimes there are more than one answers to a question. This is also to be included in the instructions so that the students know that there can be more than one answer. The students also need to know whether they can write both the answers or not. The teacher needs to clarify whether the students would be given extra marks for writing both the answer or it would be just treated similar to those who are just giving one answer. All these things need explanation on the part of the teacher, and it is a responsibility of the teacher to make all these instructions very clear in writing and also while explaining to the students, so that the students do not blame the teacher or the institution for not giving them the correct information. It is also noted that a habit of reading instructions is very few times developed in the students. So it is important that they read instructions.